How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Wood Fired Podcast. Before we get started, I just want to let you know that we are now on Patreon. So you can find us at patreon.com/Forno Piombo. We have a lot of really exciting content that's coming up for you. A lot of live stream cooking classes, cooking videos, podcasts, custom recipes, and all of this is going to be free. We're not going to charge for any of it. But if you want, you can join our Patreon and you can support us with a small, monthly fee. And this will continue to help us producing this content, bringing in the best chefs, and you're going to get some awesome perks if you do. So check us out. Again, the website is patreon.com/Forno Piombo, and we'll see you there soon. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Wood Fired Podcast. This is episode number 7. And we are here with our good friend, Chef Tim Neumann. Tim, how are you?
Yeah, g'day, Tony. It's a pleasure to be with you and your guests and your audience members. It's a pleasure to share a bit about my background as an Australian chef living here in Napa Valley. I've loved working with you and your clientele who have visited from right across the US. Hopefully we can keep the party going and share some tips. Really looking forward to our sit down our cookout on Saturday afternoon.
Right, our live stream. Yes, we're doing the live stream cooking class with Tim this coming Saturday, which is, I believe, March 28th. And we'll definitely be getting into that soon. Tim, we've been working with you for several months now. You've done a lot of different cooking classes for us out of our wood-fired oven. They've all been phenomenal. One of the things I really like about the classes you've done is you've really kind of put your own flair on each one. We definitely, every class I think had some kind of Australian tones or somehow was incorporated into it. I really like that. And one thing I've noticed from working with you is you have a very unique style, very confident style, I think. And, it's just been awesome to work with you. And I think maybe bring everyone up to speed about your culinary background and how you got into it and what brought you to where you are today.
Wow, man. Thank you so much for the very, very gracious, over-complimented introduction. But again, thank you. My culinary background started probably from a very early age, and earlier than most members and team members that I've worked with here in Napa. I fell in love with cooking from probably the age of 13. I was working in enormous catering kitchens, working with some of the best chefs in Melbourne. Australia, guys, if you're unfamiliar, is such a melting pot of culture, which I was super, super fortunate to be immersed in from such a young age. We have a huge Asian influence. We have a big Greek and Italian, very Mediterranean population in Melbourne particularly. It's heavily driven by Thai flavors, Asian flavors. So I've tried to incorporate that where I can. I'm glad that you've picked up on those and hope to continue sharing them with your clients.
Yeah, the classes we've done with you, I think everybody has absolutely loved them. They're really fun, they're really cool and unique. It was great. So what have you been doing here in Napa and what brought you to Napa?
Yeah, good question. I mean, so to go back a little further. I was, as I said, working in professional kitchens from the age of 13. I was still at high school, but doing 90-hour weeks during the summer holidays. So I was super fortunate to get that, real, how might I say, work ethic. I think it was something I picked up from a young age. I went then into developing a restaurant and was the head chef at a small cafe in my home city, and we had a couple of chefs in their kitchen and decided it was probably a pivot point for me to step out and learn a bit more about front of house and wine, which, coming back to what you mentioned about, I guess, being a confident, customer-facing educator, I went towards wine, working for Domaine Chandon, which, if your viewers are unfamiliar, there's 7 Domaine Chandon sparkling wine houses in the world, from Argentina, Brazil, California, Australia, India, China. So I was fortunate to be an integral part of the team domain channel in Australia, we have a huge clientele of 250,000 a year. So I was one of the lead sales team members and front of house team. So that was my big introduction to explaining wine, explaining food, wine, and pairing to a diverse range of people, including heavily Chinese clientele, which was the reason I learned Mandarin Chinese. Actually, I'm not sure if I told you that.
I had no clue. That's impressive. A
So,
linguist and a chef.
I love educating. I love chatting to people. I love meeting people. It's a big part of who I am, and where I hope to continue being is an education space and sharing my background and learning from other people as well, of course. But forming that community and conversation around food.
Yeah, absolutely. I think community and food definitely go together, especially now, right? And it's something that brings everybody together.
Yeah.
So
as you know, I've been working at Kitchen Collective here in Napa. I moved here in 2018 with my fiance Taylor, who's an American. She comes from Florida. She's a Gator. We moved to Napa because it's the natural epicenter. It's the home of food and wine in the United States, and we're both in the food and wine world. Kitchen Collective, guys, if you're unfamiliar, which is where we're going to be streaming from on Saturday, is a immersive cooking experience, an immersive cooking space where members can be part of the cooking club, like you might be at a country club, or instead of going out into the golf course or the tennis court, we come into our state-of-the-art kitchen and cook in our commercial kitchen, and we share that conversation, and teach you everything you want to know about, everything from Italian cooking to Asian cooking to, Southern cooking. My executive chef, Antonia, is a talented chef from Louisiana. So she also loves sharing her passion for food as well. So super, super unique space. I hope that it lives on for many more years to come.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's obviously, as of right now, Kitchen Collective is not operating how it normally operates by welcoming its patrons and, its clients in for cooking. But, we have essentially turned it into a cooking studio. So we are still, a lot of cooking is happening here. We're generating a lot of great content. And one of those will be what the live stream coming up this Saturday, which let's talk about that a little bit. So for those that don't know, this coming Saturday, March 28th at 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we are going to do a cooking class, and we're going to live stream that cooking class. And if you want, you can follow along with us. There's a recipe list where you can go get everything you need, and get all the accessories you'll need, and it'll tell you can do it in a wood-fired oven, you can cook in a conventional oven. It'll tell you everything you need to know. But it is this coming Saturday, and we are cooking roasted king prawns with wood-fired Brussels sprouts, which sounds delicious. And naturally, the only thing we are going to cook with our Australian chef Tim is going to be shrimp on the barbie.
Shrimp on the barbie.
Is there an Australian slang for oven like Barbie, or do we just say wood-fired Barbie? I think that works.
Wood-fired Barbie. I think that sounds pretty cool.
So that's awesome. So talk to us a bit about that menu. And real quick, I'll mention to find that live stream and all the information you need to cook with us, go to patreon.com/Forno Piombo. And we have, even if you're not a follower or subscriber, this is a free class. So you can still go there and get the information you need to join us. So Tim, tell us about those ingredients and this recipe that we're going to be cooking.
Yeah, so you and I have discussed a couple of ideas, and we chatted about this menu and went through a couple of different iterations. But I think during this time, it's such a crazy time we're living in, and I mean, as you can absolutely agree, and the whole industry is facing. But that aside, the industry aside, people are at home. People want to cook. People want to cook on a dime, perhaps. Sadly, a lot of people are out of work, including myself at the moment. People still want to eat nutritious. People still want to eat healthy. But we want to be resourceful. We want to be using as much of the stuff we have in the pantry, the fridge. So we're not going out to the supermarket or the fresh food market. So we're just really, really trying to be as quick, efficient, and as creative as possible.
Right. And
so we're talking about a menu here, shrimp on the barbie, is an Australian icon. We probably don't eat as much prawns as Paul Hogan from the famous Qantas commercial led the world to believe, which is where that stems from. I'm not sure if you know.
I did not know
Paul
that.
Paul Hogan, Crocodile Dundee, of course. So Crocodile Dundee did a Qantas commercial saying, "Come to Australia, we've got plenty of shrimp on the barbie," which probably kind of summed it up better. We're a community of food-loving people, and so I thought what better way to pay homage to Australia than cook some really beautiful shrimp, which hopefully I'm hoping by Saturday, my favourite seafood fishmonger here in Napa, Osprey seafood market, is open. We can get some beautiful king prawns. But wherever you are streaming from in the world, support your local fishmongers, your small businesses. Go and get some fresh seafood. We're using prawns. I'm going to be using prawns, hopefully. But if not, we'll improvise with maybe some scallops. I'm going to give you some really nice, easy, efficient take-home tips on getting a beautiful golden crust on your scallops in the wood fire oven. You can substitute that for a little bit of fish. I'll give you some tips on, it is going to be seafood-centric. We're then going to pair that with some really fun, inventive ways to reimagine Brussels sprouts, which is one of my favorite ingredients.
Yeah, and I think it's definitely important to note that when we curated these recipes and this ingredient list, when it comes to live stream cooking classes, we really want to make it simple, right?
Yes.
Because right now it can be hard to go out to the grocery store and buy everything you need to buy. So we're focusing on things that you probably already have, and if you don't, they're pretty easy to go get. And along with that, there's going to be a lot of, if you look at the recipe list and everything that says what you need, a lot of things can be alternated or changed if you can't find them. For example, the shrimp, you can use scallops or any kind of fish. And there's several other things with the ingredient list that you can alternate for if you don't have them. And yeah, it's going to be a great opportunity to learn something, even if you don't cook along. Just watching you do it in live time, I think that's one of the benefits of the cooking classes themselves, is that, when you watch a chef like you just operate unedited, just raw, you pick up really cool techniques and things that, you might not pick up otherwise from a traditional, heavily edited and produced cooking video, which I think is
completely agree. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's one of the things that, we're not able to do right now with cooking classes. So by making them live, hopefully it's a good substitute for people at home.
I think it's such a innovative way to get you all cooking. Guys listening, I'm really excited to teach you some tips. If it's not the ingredients that I've put forth to Tony and you'll find on the website or Facebook, just go out and get some of your favorite ingredients, bring them home and tell us through the live stream questions, what you've got at home, and I'll give you some tips on the spot. We can cook on the fly.
Exactly. Yes. And that's one of the things with the live stream is, again, it's free. We're not charging for it. And we're going to basically answer every question that you ask on the live stream. So
if we don't know, guys, we'll make it up.
Exactly. We'll make it up on the spot, or we'll Google it. So it's going to be great. Awesome. If you like cooking, definitely tune in. And if you can't catch it live, it will be available afterwards on our YouTube. And then one other thing I want to mention is that although the class is free, for our level 3 Patreon members, you will have the ability to do a live video conference with Chef Tim during this class. So
yeah. Woo!
So you can, if you're cooking along with us, at some point during the live stream, we'll bring you on the video, and Tim will take a look at what you're cooking, answer any questions you have, and interact with you a bit, which I'm really excited about that. And I think that's going to be a really cool feature and a way to make this more fun and interactive.
I love it.
Yeah.
Tune in, guys. Seriously, couldn't be more excited to have this opportunity to cook with you.
Yes, it's going to be a great time. So, Tim, tell me, I wanted to ask you a little bit about Harvest Epicure. What is that?
All right. Yeah. So Harvest Epicure is my wife and I. My wife is also, should I say, fiance Taylor. Taylor is an amazing baker. She's also a very talented wine professional. She specializes in Italian wine. We're both Epicureans, which, if the uninitiated, Epicurean means simply a lover of food, and we love sharing our passion for food with people. So we do private chef events. I've catered a number of small events for boutique events for wineries, for personal clients, people visiting Napa Valley who come out for a very, very special trip, and we've curated whether it's Australian or not, or just anything that you want. I'm so interested, and so I take on the challenge to make a special trip out to Napa, everything that it can be. It's nutrition inspired. I'm not sure if I mentioned, but I'm a qualified nutritionist. Beside my love of wine, I studied dietetics. I studied nutrition and dietetics. Besides my culinary background, I have a nutrition background. So my cooking is very heavily nutrition inspired, and very education driven. So that is at the core and the heart of Harvest Epicure, is a private chef offering. We also, what's keeping me busy right now, thankfully, I'm very, very fortunate and grateful that I have a number of other avenues to work with clients and small businesses, doing writing, recipe development, content creation. I work with a close associate of yours, David Ortega, who's an incredible photographer, and we've done a number of different projects working with small businesses to create really value-driven Epicurean content for viewers, which I'm a big believer in the power of food and connect in allowing clients to connect with a brand, whether it's a wine brand or a packaged good brand. So we're really that business building and product identity, and developing a story behind a brand, and do that through creative content, photography, you name it.
Tim, you wear a lot of hats: nutritionist, chef, linguist.
Linguist, I love it.
So we're gonna take a quick break, and then when we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about some of Tim's favorite wood-fired dishes and things he likes to cook in our wood-fired oven.
All right, mate.
Real quick, we want to take a second to thank our newest Patreon members. We have Scott Crawford, Kevin David, Michael Spearman, Lori Piombo, and Ken Gray. Thank you all for supporting our show. We really look forward to giving you some awesome exclusive content. And if you want to become a member, you can find us at patreon.com/Forno Piombo and join our Woodfire Nation. How's it going, everybody? We're back here with Tim. And Tim, I did want to mention, I'm looking at your Instagram, and you have a lot of content right now. A lot of great stuff, which, it's, there's a lot of chefs out there right now, and they're putting out how-to videos, cool stuff. But, for the past 2 weeks, especially from what I've seen from you, is, you're very consistent in posting all of this amazing stuff, and it's free. And I think that's awesome. Can you talk to people about, just let everyone know what your Instagram is, and, any of your platforms where you're putting out all this amazing content for everyone?
That's very kind of you guys. If you are interested in some at-home, fuss-free weekday dining or weekday throw-together meals, or some extra bougie or things that I throw in there, tune into my Instagram handle, Chef Tim Newman's, Neumann, Chef Tim Newman. And I'm posting every day. My fiance and I am very, very grateful and very proud to have my lovely, supportive fiance and I producing some really fun content for you guys to go out, using minimal ingredients and where I can make it as cost effective as possible, but some really creative ways to just get cooking and stay sane for myself included. Cooking is a vice. During this crazy time, it's cooking is everything, and eating great is even more important. So tune into Chef Tim Neumann, and I'd love to see you there. I'd be super grateful for your support.
I agree. It's cooking right now is a great outlet for a lot of people. And what I noticed about your videos are very simple, very basic, but very informative. And by the looks of it, it's turns into some really amazing food that people can cook from home.
Thanks, mate. That's very kind of you.
My pleasure. So, Tim, let's talk about the wood-fired oven and, some of your favorite things that you've cooked in it since you came to Kitchen Collective, because I know you've been using it a lot. And we always have really great discussions about it whenever I come down and you tell me, crazy things you've cooked in it and thoughts and ideas you have. So what are some things that maybe people who have an oven at home can be cooking that you like that are a little unique?
Yeah, can I just say I'm fiercely jealous of anyone that's got a wood fire oven at their home, and I encourage you to just get out and bloody well use it. Fire it up every day, every second day, while you have this opportunity and downtime, and just get more confident with it, because it's not a luxury everyone has. And if you've got it, whether it's a Forno, Piombo or not, just get more. The only way you're going to get better and more creative and just really understanding how this fire works is using it. So I've been very, very fortunate, Tony, to work with you, man. Hosting a number of your master classes, as you said. Meet people from everywhere, including your good friends Sue and Glenn, who are out from Minnesota, who just purchased an oven, I believe, looking to design a pizza recipe or pizza program at their brewery. Is that correct?
Yes. Right? Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, and we worked with them in creating some really innovative pizza styles, including my I'm not sure if it's somewhat original, but it's my take on an Indian tikka masala pizza, which is pretty.
Walk us through that one.
So.
Walk us through that one, because that was an amazing pizza. Moses is agreeing. Yeah, that was good. What was on that?
Moses, you tasted it as well. So I mean, I love cooking pizzas. It's really, really fun, and I'm gonna say quickly that I'm not the biggest professional with these. I'm still learning, and for anyone tuning in, we're learning together. I've been fortunate to have maybe a little bit more experience than some, but I know that many people have had more experience than me. But I can probably confidently say that I've had the opportunity to be more creative, and I've cooked a lot of different things in there, and including vegetables. I love transforming vegetables into otherworldly flavor. Cooking vegetables, they take on this attitude and crunch and flavor that you just don't get through cooking in a conventional kitchen, which is super fun. So I love doing vegetables with you. One of my favorite recipes that we did together, my man, was the confit fennel, which I'd love to share with your viewers. Confit fennel, which I'd put in a canola olive oil blend, little bath of oil for about 1 hour, 2 hours under foil in the oven, in the inside kitchen oven. Low and slow for probably 2 hours, as I said. They transform into this beautiful caramelized sweetness, but they still got the nice, they still hold together really, really well. So you take those sweetened confit fennel and put it in the wood fire oven on a cast iron pan, and the skin, man, that develops. I mean, I'll let you be the judge, but it was pretty darn tasty.
It was amazing. Yeah, visually too, that was stunning, and it's on our Instagram. If you want to check it out, we made a video of it. It's one of the recent posts we had, but yeah, that was phenomenal. And I think after the live stream, when we have you come in to do some actual cooking videos, that's top of the list.
Yeah, that'll be fun. So that was a top to tail, if you will, or frond to bulb. Fennel, I love fennel. It was one of the first ingredients that I used.
Love it in sausage. Fennel sausage pizza is one of my favorite.
Oof, my gosh. I cooked a fennel salad for Taylor on our first date, and
that was it.
We're getting married, so
she proposed to you, right?
I'm not sure if that's any indication that I can fuck with fennel pretty well. I love cooking mushrooms in there. We cooked gnocchi al forno together. That was pretty fucking good.
That was good.
So, I love cooking. I don't think I've done this with you, but I would love to in the future. It's quattro gusti or quattro gusto pizza, just 4 tastes or 4 flavored pizza. So currently I went to Napa's CIA Summit, the Culinary Institute Sommelier Summit, on behalf of a couple other brands that I work with, and we had this discussion around trends in the culinary industry and across the United States, and so square pizza and rectangular pizza is on the rise. So, and that is the quattro gusto is one that I love doing in a square or rectangular sheet tray, and you roll it out to the width and the entirety of the sheet tray. We then slice about half an inch off each, the side, the horizontal length and the width, and you divide the slab of pizza into 4 sections, and then you can really change those up. So it's a super fun way to have a communal dining.
Yeah, there's something I've been seeing that a lot recently on Instagram, squared pizza, and there's something about squared pizza that makes it look phenomenal.
In Australia, you find breakfast pizzas. So you find these, and I said there's a heavy Italian migrant population. We have gorgeous pizza, but breakfast pizza with the egg on the top. And I love that tip. Who gave it? You gave me that tip, and I think it was by way of Mr. Falco. Right, that
yes.
When you're cooking the egg on the top, you separate it, which is like mind blowing for me.
Yeah, I mean,
you put the white down and you separate the yolk, and then you fire it for 60, 90 seconds, and then you pour it out. Just quickly put the yolk on there and just flash it for 10 to 20 seconds, and it just forms a skin on the yolk, but it remains nice and runny instead of getting super firm. So
that was a game changer. Yeah, and that's one of the examples of like doing a live stream or doing a cooking class. Is you're just being around these chefs and picking their brains and just watching them operate. I mean, it's crazy all the awesome tips you pick up. So and I'm sure we're going to be picking up a lot of those on Saturday during the live stream. I think we'll wrap it up. I know you got a lot of your own content you got to start generating.
I could talk to you for hours, mate.
I know, same here. And we'll definitely.
Guys, audience members, tune in. I cannot wait to meet you virtually, of course. But I'm absolutely thrilled to be part of this initiative, and we're very, very grateful. Whilst it's not necessary by any means, we're a small community. Our restaurant is in strife during this time, and myself included. We certainly appreciate your contribution. But again, it's not necessary. Just tune in, have some fun, learn some techniques and tips to become a better chef. That's how you can pay me. Share with me your different recipes and your pictures through social media. That'd be awesome.
Any surprise for Saturday? Any surprise?
Any surprises?
Oh yeah, we had a surprise last week. Itamar decided halfway through that he wanted to start cooking bread.
We're not cooking shrimp, guys. Fuck you.
All right, we're cooking shrimp. All right. So awesome. And just a reminder again, that's this coming Saturday, March 28th, 4:30. Check out patreon.com/Forno Piombo to get the invite link and all the accessories and recipes you need, or ingredient list, I should say. Tim, thank you again for coming on. We'll be seeing you in a couple days here. Very excited. Talk soon.
Thanks, Tony.
Later, Tim.
Bye, mate.